Hi guys, Assalamualaikum and greetings. Welcome to the second part of chapter 6, which is on product life cycle. As we have covered product development process just now, in this particular video, I'm going to explain to you about the PLC, which is product life cycle. The product life cycle begins after commercialization, like what you have learned in the previous video. Okay, commercialization, then you start to launch the product. So it started with introduction. Okay, after you launch it, the life cycle is called introduction, and then growth, maturity, and also decline. Let me see if I can actually show you using pen. Yes, this one. This or highlighter, is it? Okay. Or sorry, it is here, right? Highlighter. Okay, so you have introduction. Okay, at introduction, before that, you need to know that the x and y axis, yeah. So the axis are sales and profit. Here, as you go up, right, as it goes, that means you are getting more sales and also more profit. While this below zero, all right, of course you will incur losses, or as it is in the product development stage, it is called an investment, right? And then here is the time, right, where you can't actually tell how long. Okay, like human life cycle, you know that as you are a baby, then you'll be baby for 1 year, 2 years, right? And then after that you call a toddler, you become a child, toddler lah, and then you become a teenager, young adult, and so on. There is according to age and also a time frame. Okay, there is a time frame. You call yourself a teenager up to, let's say, 21 years old, and then after that you become an adult. But for a product life cycle, you can't actually tell the time here because it all depends on the movements, okay, of this particular curves, which is the sales curve. All right, and of course from sales, then you know what will be your profit. Okay, so the first stage is the introduction. All right, the second stage, number 2, is growth, and then you have the third stage, maturity, and lastly you call the decline. Okay, at the fourth stage here, you will see that the sales is started to go down up to, let's say, if over a period of time it becomes zero. All right, that means the product is dead. Right, it's not dead in a way, it is dead. That means normally you don't produce the product anymore. Okay, so let's look at the product life cycle strategies. Okay, before we go to one by one, there are certain type of product that are intendedly created for a very short time span. All right, for example, the style, fashion, and also the fads here are actually like the trends. Yeah, trend because it's just trending 1 day or 1 hour, that's it, and then it is done. All right, no more life cycle for that particular product. But that is not so important. What is important about this particular product life cycle is the whole stage here. Right, normally in the classroom I will actually ask you to draw this so that you will remember how the product life cycle look like. So remember, there are sales and profits, right, times, and then there is a sales curve and also the profit curves. So when you explain, right, because you don't have really final exam with essays, yeah, because normally this topic will come up in the part B of your final exam, which is a long essay, so you need to draw and also describe. But because of course you don't have final exam in that way, you have your final assessment. The question will be just, of course, either true and false and also multiple choice, and it's just a short essay. Okay, so you need to know the characteristics of each, which you can actually tell in terms of the sales, right, and also the profits trending. All right, sales are going up slowly in the growth stage. You know, when you describe a graph, right, so it will be just like similar like what you have done, I think, when you were in form 5, is it form 6, you know how to describe a graph. Okay, at the introduction stage, sales growth slowly. Okay, And then as it enters the growth stage, let me change the color, blue. All right, as it goes to the growth stage, sales increase tremendously. Okay, you can say tremendously or sales increase rapidly, because you can see very fast, yeah, the movement. Here it is slowly, one by one, okay, few of it, right? But when it start to grow very fast, then you know it is actually at the growth stage. Okay, and it's continue to grow until you can see the trend starts to slow down and the sales is no longer going up. Right, that is, you know, when the product has entered the maturity stage. Okay, normally at the end of maturity stage, you can see that sales starts to slowly go down. Okay, and at the decline stage, you will see that sales go down rapidly. Okay, or very fast going down. Now for profits, okay, profits, let me choose different color. Okay, of course, at the product development stage, you consider it as an investment. Yeah, you buy a lot of technology, you buy machineries, equipments, and also the raw materials. Okay, and of course, at the introductory stage, you will not earn any profit. Here are called losses, right? And you will start to gain profit. You see here at this particular stage or area, whereby the moment you start to stabilize your profits, yeah, is when you start to enter the growth stage. Okay, 80% of your introduction stage will be losses, right? While another 20% is when you start to earn profit, and profit continue to grow. Okay, continue to grow at the at the growth stage. Okay, and of course at the maturity stage, and you will see that profit starts to fall down also during the decline stage. Okay, so let's look at what happened in the introductory stage. As I told you, slow sales growth. Okay, there will be little or no profits. Let me change. I don't want to use highlighter anymore. Okay, let me show the point. Okay, little or no profit. Yes. Okay, towards the end, then only you can earn profit, right? And then now the strategy is that in this product life cycle introduction stage, your strategy will be a lot of distribution. That means you start to sell at many places, many outlets, all right, many shops, so that people get to know there is such new product that you are selling, and there will be a lot of promotion that you will do. Therefore, both distribution and promotion expenses will be high or expensive. Okay, the next stage is what we call the growth stage. Okay, growth stage, as I told you, tremendously sales going up, isn't it? So sales increase. Now what happened in the growth stage? Your competitors start to see that, sorry, when you start or introduce your product, right, your competitors start to think, hey, there is a new product, I also want to produce the same thing. So as you enter the introduction stage here, okay, you are here, but your competitors are still in their product development. Now, as you enter growth stage, your competitors start to introduce their product. Therefore, that is why I put here, new competitors start to enter the market. Okay, you start to stabilize your price, or you can decline the price to increase the volume of your sales, yeah, to increase more, so that people will see, oh, there is a competitor's price. If competitors start to sell at cheaper prices, then you might need to lower your prices as well, so that people will still choose your product, because typically people will respond to the cheapest price, isn't it? Okay, and then you start to educate the consumers, okay, about your brand. Okay, remember there are competitors now, so you need to tell the competitors, sorry, your customers, that your products are better than the competitors, right? And then, you know, profits start to increase at the growth stage, and your promotion and also manufacturing costs will here then gain the economies of scale. Next, at the maturity stage, you will see the trend, yeah, of the sales has started to slow down and no more going up. Okay, that means sales is at its peak. All right, let me show you again the graph. Now here, sales is at its peak. It's no longer going up. That's it, no more going up. This is at its peak. Let me write here so that you remember. Peak. Sorry, my handwriting, yeah. I'm writing using mouse. Okay, sales at its peak. Okay, this is at maturity stage. What happened? There are many suppliers because competitors are in their growth stage. All right, so many substitute products, right? And then overcapacities will lead to competition because you are very happy when you're in the growth stage, right? So you keep on produce because you do not know when will you enter maturity stage. So what happens is that your factory or your manufacturing department is at its over capacity. Okay, that means your supply is excess. Okay, if supply is excess, demand is not that much, you know what you need to do, isn't it? That means you need to reduce the price, right? So further reduce the price, and then you may need to increase your promotion by telling people that you still have the product, your product is still good, you should people should buy your product. Okay, and your R&D, okay, need to support the sales and also profit in the way that you need to get the manufacturing department to do improvement of your current product. Okay, that is when you start to improvise, okay, or create new packaging or something like that, so that it creates something a little bit new about the product itself and continue to let people buy the product. But then again, like a life cycle, right? It has to end somehow or other. Okay, of course, a lot of company, they don't want to end their product, but no matter what, because of the technology changes, especially as you can see this particular picture, right? Who will actually buy this? Do you even know what are these? These are video tapes, yeah, video tapes. Last time people watch video using this particular tape or even CD. Nowadays, you can see that CDs, right, or DVDs are at their decline stage because who use CDs nowadays, right? Last time, yes, people will actually buy this so that they can burn the musics, okay, or watch videos using DVD player, right? I don't know your era, maybe you don't even know what is a DVD player because now you are in the era of Netflix, iFlix, right? And video streamings on YouTube and so on. All right, but last time people listen to music using this, and also this, perhaps, let's say, cassettes, right? People use Walkman. They don't have iPods or your phones to actually listen to the music. Now, producers who produce this, they need to stop producing this particular product. Yeah. Now there are many strategies, as you know, in the decline stage. From the graph, you can see that sales are going down, profit are going down. Okay, you're not making any profits anymore. So you can actually have three strategies: either to maintain the product, harvest the product, or drop the product. Maintain by becoming niche. Okay, so there are certain things that you can maintain, certain things you cannot maintain, yeah, because if you maintain but then no customers, okay, you can maintain if they're relatively profitable for you to maintain a small segment for the product, okay, and there are still customer buying, right? And then you can harvest in a way that you just finish off your production. Okay, whatever raw materials that you still have, you make use of it, and then you try to sell it off, even though at the lowest price as possible, right? Just to finish it off and gain a little bit profit, or even no profit. It's just that you can break even. Okay, or you can totally drop the product. That means you stop producing immediately, and then whatever raw materials that you have, you might use it for a certain product or new products or other products. All right, so dropping means you immediately stop it. Harvest, that means you just finish off whatever you have left. Or maintain, keep producing smaller scale for a niche. Okay, so that's all about the product life cycle. Now, there is an additional product and service consideration when you do, especially in the international market. Okay, so there are a lot of challenges that you need to think and consider when you do or export your product internationally. Okay, like for example, determining what products or services to introduce in which country. Okay, are you going to sell it to the whole world? Okay, or there are certain boundaries or certain product that you only sell in certain countries. Like most products in Malaysia, we don't really have a lot of restrictions. Okay, but in US, there are a lot of things that are not to be sold in US or only to be sold only in US. Okay, other than that, you need to consider about standardization versus customization, especially in terms of the packaging, labeling. All right, especially languages. Okay, like for this example is this Kit Kat. You never see this Kit Kat here in Malaysia because they customize it when during Sakura time, yeah, in Japan. So they maintain the logo Kit Kat and Nestle, but all other descriptions are in Japanese characters. Okay. Of course, packaging and labeling is most important one that you will actually look into, because you don't want to be in a situation whereby you sell things and people cannot understand the language, so people cannot make decision and even pronounce those particular product or even read the description about the product. And you may also need to understand the customs values and laws in each country that you operate. Like previously ever told you, when McDonald's go to India, they need to think of the customs and also values in India, whereby they cannot sell beef burger in India because they know that a lot of people in India are Hindus, where Hindus think that the cows are their goddess. Okay, so they don't eat beef. So that is when they need to customize, okay, by making vegetable burger or vegetarian burger, fish burger, and so on, right? And of course, the laws, for example, in Brunei, if you want to export your Tiger or Heineken beer, yeah, you can't do that because the law in Brunei is that you can't sell any alcohol drinks in Brunei. Okay, so those are related to the law, and even some countries in the Saudi Arabia also require certain halal certification before you actually export your product in their country. Alright, so that's all about chapter 6. I hope you are able to understand everything that I've covered. Oops, okay, this one is cut. Okay, in this particular chapter, basically there are two things. New product development process, which consists of these 8 steps, and the product life cycle, which is important, you know, this particular graph. And don't forget, I also explained to you that there are 6 new types of new product. Alright, so if you have any questions, of course, ask me in the Telegram chat, or else then I hope you'll be able to understand this particular chapter 6. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.